Hello everybody, this is Paige from Mosaic Moments, and this is basically a part 2 from our flip through of circle die pages. So before it was level 1, this one's level 2. I was planning to do level 2 and level 3 in the same video, but I have so many dies and so many pages, I actually decided to split level 2 and level 3 dies. So this video will just have the level 2, and then I'll come out with another video with all of the level 3 pages as well. So this first layout shows one of my favorite circle dies. This one is half circle, and the die is a half circle. This measures 3 by 6 squares on the grid paper, and this set also comes with a little 1 by 2 size. This page was made by Jody, and I think it's so cute. For her half circle, she used 2 different photos to fill in the spaces, and she also used these flower dies. These flowers are from her Perfect Petals and Daisy Row die sets. I love how here on the little one, she used 2 different pattern papers, and then she used a small circle die, and then put the number dies on top that shows the year. This is a really nice look, and it's a really nice touch. So even though they're very small, I think they look so good. And this is just adorable. And she used some wood pattern paper for the frame part here. Altogether, this layout is adorable. And it's not just the cute little animals. Don't you just love that pig? We love it when Jody goes to the farm and it makes pages with these photos. They're just so, so cute. Here's another half circle layout. And again, she used 2 different photos, but this one's fun because she used 2 different colors for her frame. And she did that with these mini sections too. I really love this look of the 2 different colors. Does that make that look more interesting? And then she used little die cuts so the starfish is from our beach border set, and this is from our Under the Sea die set. And those are great for adding a little bit more color other than the 2 different types of blues. But I think this is a really fun layout with half circle. Here is another one. So this layout shows 2, well, it's sort of the same photo, but I had to print it. Basically what I do is in my photos program, I'll crop it in a lot bigger and print one half of the photo and then print the other half of the photo. So when you go to print on my computer, you can adjust it so it crops a little. You can adjust the photo so it crops a little bit bigger. So that's what I did here to get these 2 so it looks like, and so basically it's showing one photo here. What was fun about this half circles, I put these stickers here with different words, and then I used it to add in a little bit of journaling on these 2 sides here. So this is a really nice one. This is one of my favorite half circle layouts. I also used the mini ones to show 4 different photos in the circle. So again, that was really fun. Anyway, I love half circle, and it's really quick to use. If you haven't seen the demo for it, you should. It is really easy, and if you love circles, I think this is one to have in your stash. All right, up next is the horizon die, which I have quite a few horizon pages today. I probably can make a whole video on horizon pages alone, but I'm going to show you some that were really fun to make today. So this layout, so the horizon layout, you're going to get this circle every time, but we do have dies that fill that space differently and allow you to use different sizes of photos. So this layout shows the 3 by 5 and 2 by 3. They are in the same horizon set, and you get that pinwheel look on the layout. So you can see everything is well balanced in this rotational design with this particular die set. It's a really nice one. The outer part is actually photos. So this was not a pattern paper. This was a photo taken of a mural in Chicago. So that's one really fun way to make the outer parts of your horizon die page, is using a decorative photo like that. And this layout was made by Tammy Potter. All right, here's another fun layout. This has the 3x5 horizon, but it also has the 2x4 horizon, which is sold on its own. It's not in a set. And this one's fun because I used different pattern papers for each spot to kind of make it look like a quilt. I thought that was appropriate for the fall season. It was at the state fair. So this is a fun idea to use different pattern papers. I definitely think horizon is great if you're a pattern paper fan. All right, this one was made by Jody, and I love this one because she embossed this paper, and then she put on this really pretty chalk ink. It's like this pink chalk ink on there. So I think you can see that pretty well though, and I love it. So this horizon set is the 4x4 and 2x4. This 2x4 is different from the previous one I showed. It allows you to crop your photos in a way that you get more photo on your page. So I really like this layout a lot. I like how she used pattern paper for a 2x2 circle here with square here with a fun little quote. So this is also horizon layout. So something to be aware of is 2 of our horizon set come with extras. The 4x5 comes with these extra 3x3, and the horizon set comes with a little 2x2 and 1x1 sizes. But I wanted to show this idea because if you want to get more circles, you can always use the extras. And the extras don't work with the main horizon design, but they are great for 2-page spreads. So I could have a horizon layout here and then use the extras for my second layout to mimic that circle shape. And it would give the harmony between the 2 pages. So don't forget to use those little extras for something different. All right, I actually have a demo of this layout on YouTube that shows you how to do this, but you can make a ring around your photos. Basically, you take the outer parts and you cut off like 1/8 of an inch, basically, and then you can have this space. And so this blue color, there's a 3x4, like in this spot, there's a little 3x4 die cut that was made with the basic die, so the ring could show through, and then you have your pattern paper here and then the photo. And in this case, I decided to add a little sparkle. These were made with stickles. If you guys like that, this is a really fun idea. So you don't have to have the stickles, but I really wanted my page to be shiny to make my winter page a little more fun and interesting. So this is one idea with horizon. All right, here is one with the 4x4 and 2x4 die cuts again. So this one was made by Tammy Potter, and she, instead of filling the space with a 2x2 and another 2x4, she took the 2x6 die from the basic die set and made this journaling spot. You can always omit one of these horizon die cuts and add in a journaling spot, especially if you're someone who likes to add a lot of journaling. This is a really fun idea. I think this layout looks really nice. I like this pattern paper and the wood here. It was perfect for these. It was a farmer's market and it was by this waterfront area. Really, really nice. All right, here is another fun horizon page. This was also made by Tammy Potter. So she wanted to make a border here, so that had to be hand cut. And obviously what's cool about it is it kind of divides your circle. So she has the 3x3 and 3x4 here. And then the top has the 3x5 and 4x5. And if you're wondering how she got this volcano, she cut the pattern paper and then she had to fussy cut around this part. So you can see where she cut it there. You can actually see a slice in there. And then she cut around that and added it on top. So if you're wondering how she got that, that's how that happened. So this is a fun thing. If you have a pattern paper with a feature like that, this is really cool. This paper, I think, is from Chamel. I'm not sure if it's being sold anymore, but if you see something similar, you should try this out. It's a really, really cool one. You can get a screenshot if you want to. I'm trying to show these pages a little bit more slowly. Trying to show these pages a little bit easier. All right, here is, let's see, it looks like, all right, I have 2 more horizon pages left. So this one is really cool. This is one of my favorites. I have the ombre grid paper that makes it even cooler. And this was at Venice Beach, and there's all this graffiti art. So each space shows different graffiti art from Venice Beach. And in the middle, it's been a while since I have made this layout, but these corners, I believe, were something like the 2x2 little horizon dies. And then I got this circle. This ring is actually from our 4x4 circles frame, which I showed in the level 1 video. So that's where this came from, and I cut this with the same frame. So kind of unique is you get something that will fit these little corners here, and then you can layer or add in another circle die. So this is a pretty neat one, and it mixes up different die cuts. All right, last horizon layout. I wanted to show this one because you can see it has a string. Basically, from what I remember, I glued the outer, like the very edge of the paper part, not the photo part. And then I glued this on here, and then I cut the extras off. So that's what I remember doing. It's been a while since I've made this layout, but this was just another idea I want to show you, that you can add string around your horizon layout. You may want to make sure to string like this one, where it's a pretty small, skinny kind that will be easy for it to go around your layout. But this one is fun too, because every single spot also has different colors of paper. Nice, it's very nice summary layout. And you, look, I added stickers to these edges here. I didn't have a photo to cover up, so that was a nice spot to add these little embellishments. So I do think the horizon die is great. If you like adding little embellishments, you can add them around these outer edges here. Up next is the Soleil dies, and of course, a circle die is perfect for a layout with pie photos. This was great. So Soleil has there's 3 different sizes now, but one set comes with a 2x6 and 2x2 size option. So the 2x6 is fantastic if you are a pattern paper fan. It's too big for 4x6 photographs. You could use 5x7 photographs if you wanted to add photos around these edges, but I would say it's a great opportunity to add pattern paper on these. So this is a really fun layout. This layout shows the 2x2 option, so you can see how it's broken down in different pieces. For this layout, I use a stamp. So this is not a pattern paper. This was made with a stamp. Stamping is great if you don't have a pattern paper and you don't even have a photo. I mean, obviously on this layout, I put the photos all on the outside. And so sometimes I'll get a stamp and kind of make my own pattern paper if I can't find one that works. But overall, this is a very nice layout, and I love how the outside has all these photographs. So it kind of looks like one big photo frame from the outside. So again, a very nice one. Here's the 2x6 again, and this could have been a pattern paper, but I actually did print out 5x7 photos to cut these little grass photos. And Soleil is great for adding a large title, and it's great for sports. Any of the circle dies, of course, are great for sports. Here, I tried to kind of make it seem like a golf ball that's in the grass. So this is a fun one, of course, and I want to bring that up. If you're in the sports pages, I think you should start collecting some circle dies. Here's a layout made by Jody. It combines the 2x6 and 2x2 size. So I like how here it has more of that pattern paper, and then on the sides, she didn't use like filler or decorative photos. She printed her photos a lot smaller to fit in these spaces. And I think that looks really cute. And it's nice that all of them are like of the same place and colors. So everything looks nice and balanced as well. And then here it was interesting that she put in these 2 columns of pattern paper to fill in this middle section. So you can get, this is kind of where you get inventive with the Soleil, is you can fill in the center section differently every time. All right, I have two more Soleil pages, although the second one has a little surprise. So this one is the 2x3 Soleil size. This is actually my favorite size because I love that you're able to crop your 4x6 photos easier and show more of it. So here I have the pattern paper on the inside, which I don't do all the time with the smaller sizes. And then I have the photos on the outer edges. And I decided to do that because you can see more of the photo with these parts than this part. So I could have filled it in with pattern paper, but also on the outside you get these little 2x2 squares. So I really like this layout. This shows a rose garden in Portland. So the photos were all green and kind of look the same, or had like they had similar colors in them, and this page is very well balanced. All right, here is my last Soleil page, but can you see in the middle, it also has the half circle die cuts. This was made by Tammy Potter, and she made this really neat double circle design. I know a lot of you want to combine different dies. So this is one idea you can do. You can do the double circle design. You can do this with multiple of the circle dies, but I really like here how it has the Soleil and it shows some of the details from this hike. And then you have kind of the main focal point and photo here. And she did put journaling around her half circle dies. This is a really, really fun way to combine two different types of dies. Up next is Perfect Spot, which does have circles. You're not going to get a big circle design like the other ones, but it does have circles. I call this die the Legos of Mosaic Moments because you can build so much with it. So what I did here was I took these dies and I put a different photo in each one on the outer parts, and then these circles show different photos. I like to use something that's contrasting. So if you notice, all the other photos are outside, and then the circles here are things that were taken inside. Sometimes I have a hard time balancing indoor and outdoor photos, and this was my solution, and Perfect Spots was great for that. This right here is actually one photograph. So I carefully laid, so these are the layering sizes that fit on the size that fits the grid. So if you're going to do this, it needs to be with the layering size to fit over a 4x6 photo. And so I took these parts and then I was able to fit a circle in the center, but all of this is the same photo. So it kind of gives it a unique look to separate the different sections. So this is a really neat page. Obviously a fun historic site one. I love this layout. This is one of my favorite layouts. As you can see here, this was taken at Antelope Island. It's in Utah on the Salt Lake. And here I took some panorama photos. These were probably taken, I probably printed out a 5x7 photo for these because I made them the grid paper measurements. So if you want to do photos with Perfect Spots, if you want to use 4x6 photos, you're going to need to use the layering size for multiple spots to fit. Because these were the grid size, I think I used 5x7 to make it easier. And here I have 1-inch squares, so I could continue the panorama on the edges here. For the half circles, I placed in pattern paper, and then this island has buffalo. It has antelope too, but we couldn't find any when I was there. But if you go there, you will definitely see buffalo walking around. And I want to highlight them. So that's why I like Perfect Spots, is because you can highlight it. So I like how it shows the land they live on with the panorama, and then you can see who lives there. That's what I was going with this one. So again, Perfect Spot is great for highlighting little things like that. I love this layout. Oh, and I love this one. This is the last layout of the video. This page was made by Jody. I think she did a really, really good job with this one. These photos were taken in Gettysburg in the fall, and of course any fall photos are going to look good for Mosaic Moments. But here, I actually did the same layout. I did the same layout basically, but it's a little bit different. Here I used longer strips and she used shorter strips for one thing. And here, though, you can see I did different photos. She did the same photo in these 4 spots. So these are all 1 each. And then she highlighted 4 different photos here. And perfect spots, we have one called Perfect Spots Inserts, and it comes with little icons. So one of them is a star, so that's where this came from. And I love here how she has this pattern paper with words on it. It works with that history, the historic site. It just looks so good to me. I love that instead of a photo here, there's this star, and I think it stands out a lot. And then over here, she mimicked the perfect spots. So you can see she used this 4 and basically put it here and here. And I really love how it shows 1 photo each here. And again, she did use the layering size. So she wouldn't be able to fit this in with the grid size, but because she used the layering size, she was able to get in 2 4x6 photos here. And I love here how she has that same gold paper and to highlight 2 different photos and then have that scene. This is such a pretty layout. This is one of the prettiest layouts. And she obviously used the star insert in those 2 corners. So really nice one. This page to me, I look at, I'm like, oh, I need to get out my perfect spots die set. That's a perfect one to be inspired by. Anyway, we have reached the end of today's video. I hope all of you enjoyed it. Again, these are the level 2 circle dies that we have as of the recording of this video. I think they're all fun. Horizon is definitely a classic. That is one that's favored by many, many people. If you like Horizon, I hope you found some ideas in this video today. Let me know in the comments below if there were any ideas that you particularly were inspired by, or if there were any dies you saw today you never even knew about before. I would like to hear from you. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.